Right. Still on this one. Still the same one. It's hard work, this one is. Made me knackered last time. Want to sleep? Right. Love one another. For this is the message that you have heard from the beginning, that we should love one another. We should not be like Cain, who was of the evil one and murdered his brother. Load of bollocks, by the way. Oh, I got something in my eye. There we are. I'm that way. They're best sleep. We should not be like Cain, who was of the evil one and murdered his brother. By example, God said no to Cain. Same as you're all told when you're 15 and a half, you're given half an hour with a careers officer in school. And they tell you you can do anything you like, be whoever you want to be, do any job in the world. Then, headmistress or headmaster comes in, tells you, no, you can't. No matter what education you get, you can't. That's 30 minutes of inflating your bubble of hope, and then the teacher comes in with his pin and bursts the parking lot. 15 and a half years old. That's what you are when it happens to you. It happens before that, but that's the main one, before you leave school. Now, this is what happened to Cain. And God done that to you, Cain. And they say Cain murdered Abel. Well, at 15 and a half, in that first half an hour, you were able to do anything in the world. Afterwards, after that pin of the headmaster or headmistress who came in and told you no, that's when you can't do fuck all. And you're being manipulated. Same as Cain was manipulated in this Bible book. Okay? Anyway, it was, imagine if every 15-year-old person in that class turned around and stabbed a knife in that headmistress or headmaster. Imagine that. After 30 minutes of being inflated with hope by the careers officer. You would be the Cain, because they took away your being able to do anything. So imagine if that was in a real world scenario instead of in a Bible. That's what the society does, the curriculum does, deliberately on purpose to 15-year-old children for the last 6 months of their careers advice of school before leaving school. They also do it in the job centre. They also do it in any training place for a job, even on the job training, which is very rare these days. Here anyway. And they deliberately do it to you, so that when you don't get a job, when you don't get a job, you don't go miserable and depressed, because you already had the word no 6 months before you left school, and you got that to deal with every single time you apply for a job in the job centre. So you don't lose your temper. So in a way it's a good thing, but in a way it's a real bad thing too. Look at that, look. Looks like I've got abscess. I haven't looked for loose again. Anyway, on with the story. We should not be like Cain. See, and everybody at 15 and a half stabs their headmistress or headmaster for making them have half an hour of inflating your hopes by the careers advisor, who turns around and says you can do anything, any job, anywhere in the world. That's what God done to Abel. And the opposite he did to Cain, by saying, didn't like your offering, it was rubbish. And that's why the headmaster comes in and says, you can't do any of them jobs, no matter what training you're given. Okay? So if everybody done like Cain in that 15-year-old class per year throughout every single curriculum on the planet and stabbed that headmistress or headmaster dead, like the example in the Bible, not turned against each other, but turned against the instigator, the headmaster and the headmistress who done it and said no, after on purpose giving you 30 minutes of inflating your hope to come in and use the pin and deflate it. Deflate your hope. Imagine what kind of world we'd be in. Nah. So Cain was not the murderer. God was the instigator, the cause and effect. We should not be like Cain, who was the evil one. Evil translated means the word vagina, by the way, according to a retired Catholic priest of 80 years old who was my Sunday school teacher, when I was 8. He should know what he's talking about. We should not be like Cain, who was of the evil one and murdered his brother. And why did he murder him? Because he lost control of himself, obviously, if it was real, but it's not. Because his own deeds were evil and his brother's righteous. But God hates the righteous and makes sure everybody righteous gets murdered. See? Or wrecks their lives until they're not righteous anymore. And then gives them back their lives again, like as if nothing had happened. Do not, like the general lot, do not be surprised, brothers, or the book of Job, one of them. Do not be surprised, brothers, as in male-only brethren, that the world hates you. The world loves everybody. The world loves everything. The world here does not hate. It says so in Genesis. Do not be surprised, brethren, brothers, male only, that the world hates you. We know that we have passed out of death into life. We know that we have passed out of death into life because we love the brothers, male brethren only. Whoever does not love abides in death. And if you love, you kill it. If you love anything, you yourself kills it. Not physically kill it. Whoever does not love abides in death. Everyone who hates his brother, everyone who hates his brother is a murderer. Everybody who loves his brother or male brethren is a murderer. And you know that no murderers has eternal life abiding in him. Well, 2025, according to digital receipts, it is now, supposedly, the 2016 plus 4 still only makes 2020 to me, according to me, unless I'm counting wrong. Anyway, and Cain is still being mentioned in schools. Cain and Abel, Adam and Eve, still in the curriculum all these years later. So yeah, and you know that no murderer has eternal life Want a bed? It's in here. It's in the curriculum. No matter what religion you are, couched under different ideology, different brand name, but still there. So yeah, he did get eternal life, because it's how they treat you when you're 15 and a half is how God treated Cain and Abel. And that's what you have when you're 15 and a half, on your very first day of careers advisors. They went in and had the full 30 minutes of building up their hope. I only had 5 minutes, so I was late coming into school that day. And I'm very lucky I was. And the headmaster or headmistress comes in and says, no, you can't do any of them jobs. And deflates all that 30 minutes of hope that you can do anything in the world with a pen. Gone. Thus, this couched under a different name, and your ed teacher and your careers advisor acting like God to you. Don't be taken in by it. Take a deep breath, have a cup of tea, and think what you want to be. Like them, the careers advisor, putting up with the headmistress or headmaster doing that to pupils in school, or the headmistress, headmaster doing that. After they deliberately given them half an hour of hope. By this we know love, that he laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for the brothers, as in male-only brethren. Now me, I won't lay my life down for no fucker, not family, not friends, not anybody who can talk. But I will for another species who can't talk and defend themselves, even if they got teeth and claws. But I won't for another human being. See? And not for religion either. But if anyone has the world's goods and sees his brother, as in male brethren, in need, yet closes his heart against him, he does God's love abide in him. Now, I went up to London, I seen a homeless man, he took food out of the bin, he took nips out of the bin. I was like, wow, talk about self-sufficiency, fucking amazing, and no bills. Fucking hell, brilliant way of living. Eat sandwiches, everything. And half cigarettes. People lit the fag up, put it out and chucked it in the bin. Half cigarettes, wastage. Hey, lives like fucking royalty, he does. And to top it all off, you got a real bench made of solid stone. So when you sit on it and it warms up, the heat radiates back up through the spine to the top of the head and goes back down. Ah, he's spoiled, he is. Well, thank you, I do. But I had to come home. I was gasping for a cup of tea. Anyway. But if anyone has the world's goods and sees his brother, male brethren, in need, yet closes his heart against him, how does God's love abide in him? Now, as a principle, I don't usually help homeless people, because it's their personal individual choice. Like I asked my friend, he was given a council flat. I asked him, I said, if somebody had helped you when you was homeless, before you was ready to go back into controlled society, would you have accepted the help, or would you have thrown it in their face? And he said he would have thrown it in their face, because he wasn't ready for help. And that's what he used to do. Go in the bins, take food out, finish sandwiches and stuff, and eat that. And half cigarettes that was chucked in the bin. And he lived on that. It's perfectly fine, it's all in wrappers. The bins are emptied every single day. So whatever is in the bin is actually brand new, put in that day. It's not like you where you get the bin and it's been there for over a week. Every bin is changed every single day, put outside the bin, and the van comes along every morning and picks it up and chucks it in the cage van, and it gets taken to the tip. That's what happens there. And where my friend was living, same. But not like you got a bin that's never been emptied. Like you, maybe more. You put a piece of cardboard in, right? You go up to the bed, you put a piece of cardboard in, and leave a lip of it, just a little bit, just the lip of it out, right? And every time you go past there, you see if it's been emptied yet. No, haven't been emptied yet. 2 years it wasn't emptied for that bin. Full of dog shit and everything. So it just decomposes to nothing in 2 years. Because it keeps not being emptied. It's well funny. Anyway, on to this. So yeah, even though I seen somebody in need, my advice from somebody who was in the same boat was not to help, not to go and interfere in their personal choice before they're ready to go back into controlled society. That's his words, controlled society, not mine. He went into the flat, became a drunk, not a druggie, and a drunk, that's all he was, for a couple of years. Then he went back to work, back to 18-hour shifts. He said, I work now, 18-hour shifts, or 24-hour shifts, depends on how I feel, and save up. And when I retire, I'm going to retire abroad. You're not going to retire in this country and live out the rest of his life abroad. That's what he's done. He's gone. He's not young anymore. He already retired. It's good on him. I think so anyway. Because like he said, he wasn't ready to come back into controlled society. But if anyone has the world's goods and sees his brother in need, male brethren, not females, yet closes his heart against him, how does God's love abide in him? Do what my friend said. Leave them alone to enjoy their personal individual choice. Little children, let us not love in word or talk, but in deed and in truth. I was thinking of knitting a scarf and taking it up on the train when me and John goes up there. When we go to the British Museum. That's why I went up there in the first place to London, to find out where it was. Couldn't find the bloody place anyway, and I didn't want to get lost in London. So I come back home. Because I was gasping for a cup of tea. Anyway, I've been thinking all this time of making him a scarf, that homeless guy. But then I was thinking, well, if I make him a scarf, it'll make him a target. Because in society, you give something nice to somebody, and other people come along and beat him up and take it off him. In modern society, it could be normal people who are not homeless, or it could be somebody else who is homeless, or you could cut it in half and share it with a friend. For foot coverings. I've seen that on a video before. But I don't think it's a good idea. See, another idea I had was when we go up there, take a load of minced beef with us, onions, tin tomatoes, my wok, my gas cooker, my gas bottles, and cook a big pile of fucking spag bol without the spaghetti. And anybody who turns up, give them a bowl of food. Stand there all day, don't have, just for one day, that's all. But I thought about it. Tomatoes make you fucking starving within half an hour. Onions make you fucking starving within half an hour. Herbs and spices make you fucking starving within half an hour. Bread makes you fucking starving within half an hour. So I thought, no, that's not a fucking good idea. Absolute shit idea. Then I was thinking of going to the shop, buying a tent, a kipping bag, and some candles. And when we got there, give them to that man, so he's got a roof over his head. Then I was thinking, well, that won't work, because he'll be a target because of the tent and the kipping bag. And they'll be picked on, he'll be picked on them because it'll be taken off him and be picked on because of that. I thought, oh, stupid idea. So all these different things I've been thinking of. It doesn't work in my head because it says, to me it says it's interference according to my thoughts, my logic. So if I was homeless, what would I want? Nothing, just be fucking left alone, right? There you are then. So even though the heart says help them, the head says stupid idea. See? But I don't know why, apart from they will bring them out to the woodwork and pick on him. That's all. Even though they do, here the homeless people do actually help each other. The ones that's in the town with not our town with 2 streets, but the one with the 3 streets, the bigger town. Our village is 2 streets. The next one down is 3 streets. See, they do help each other. They don't not. If somebody got something and it's got a little bit of spare, they'll give it to somebody else, or they'll divide it between them. That's what I learned when I was down there. I missed my taxi, and I was talking to somebody. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. After 4 o'clock in the morning. I was talking to somebody, and they said, "Oh, come up, so." So I ran up, so. And I was like, all these people there, like, what the fuck? So I sat there and listened to some conversation. It's lovely it was. Like being when I was 8 and the old people nattering. It's lovely it was. People are not like animal. Anyway, I got my taxis and I'm going home. I told them, why didn't I have a bedsit or a flat or something? And they said they don't want them. They'd rather be homeless. What's telling me, huh? They have more freedom and more personal choice. And they can leave and go to whatever town, city, village they want to. They got feet and can walk, they told me. They haven't got transport themselves. Little children, let us not love in word or talk, but in deed and in truth. By this we shall know that we are of the truth and reassure our heart before him. For whenever our heart condemns us by falling in love, God is greater than our heart and turns it to shit. And he knows everything. Beloved, if our heart does not condemn us, we have confidence before God. Yes, I told him to fuck off. And whatever we ask, we receive from him. Nope. He rejected the work of his own hands. So I'm not made in his image. Neither is anybody else I know. Because he rejected it all and gave every male brethren to somebody else. So I tell God, fuck off. Even your Jesus one. And any other fucking God you want to be calling on. Beloved, if our heart does not condemn us, we have confidence before God, and whatever we ask, we receive from him. Nope, he rejected the work of his own hands. So the work of our hands is what we receive, not the work of God's hands. It says so in Genesis. Tells you straight. Because we keep his, and God asked the earth to make animal species, plant species, human species, and anything else. God did not make anything on earth himself or herself. It says so in Genesis. And whatever we ask, we receive from him. Nope, it's the work of your own hands, your own minds, your own imaginations, and other people's imaginations when you got money to buy it. So what is this bear? And whatever we ask, we receive from him. No, from the shop, from manufacturing, from other people's imaginations. That's what you receive. Because we keep his commandments. His commandments are, when Moses went up the mountain and got the 10 Commandments, God wrote on a piece of stone, and Moses carried it down the mountain. When he got down the bottom of the mountain, by the time that happened, all the people there had put the gold together and made a image statue of a bull. Moses was fuming. He smashed up the 10 Commandments of God that God had wrote in a piece of stone. Right? Moses murdered all the leaders of the bull people. The bull statue. Murdered them all. Then he went back up the mountain and rewrote the 10 Commandments. So when you say, it says, because we keep his commandments about God, you're not. You're keeping Moses' ones, not God's. Moses broke them into bits when he came down the mountain in temper. He said, you people do not deserve them. And he smashed them up. So you can never do God's 10 Commandments because you haven't actually got them written down. You've only got Moses' ones. When he went back up the mountain and rewrote them after he killed the Bull Temple people's religious leaders. And you keep what you kill. So Moses had all their writings on him when he went up the mountain to rewrite the 10 Commandments. Just so as we understand each other. Because we keep his commandments, Moses' not God's, and do what pleases him. And this is his commandment, that we believe in the name of his Son, Jesus Christ. That's not in the 10 Commandments, not as far as I know. The Christ of God isn't in the 10 Commandments, not as far as I know. Don't steal, don't kill, don't covet your neighbour's wife and stuff. Things like that. But Jesus is not in it. So, wow. So this 1 John 2.22, number 23, number 323, is a barefaced lie. And this is his commandment, that we believe in the name of his Son, Jesus Christ, and love one, that we believe in the name of his Son, Jesus Christ. Now, Jesus' name on tax records is Emmanuel, not Jesus. So, maybe Emmanuel name is in the 10 Commandments. Don't know. Never seen them written down. Nobody has. Apart from Moses. And he's a murderer. And Jesus Christ was not born when the Ten Commandments was wrote. Unless he was. And it's all the same year, all same 33 years, from the beginning of Genesis right the way to the end of Revelations. Maybe that's just for 33 years of the surveyors, like a charter surveyor. Life? Don't know, innit? Anyway, and this is his commandment, as in God's, that we believe in the name of his Son, Jesus Christ, and love one another just as he has commanded us. Moses didn't command you to love one another. Not by his example of murdering all the bull statues, priestly and military and government leaders. He killed a fucking lot. That's not to love each other. Whoever keeps his commandments abides in God, or he. 5. Oh, and every time you see brother in the Bible, no matter where it is, it means brethren, and brethren means males only. No females are involved in the Bible. Him. Right. Abide in him. Whoever keeps his commandments abides in him, and number 6, he, and in he. And by this we know that he abides in us by the Spirit whom he has given us. Is that out of a black bag?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? I put them specifically in a black bag to get out myself.
Get yourself. I'm going to put it back. I'll put it back. I'm going to put it back.
Is that my brand new towel?
I've been looking
That I specifically put in black bag. I bought 2 bath sheets and two hair sheets deliberately in Dunelm. Washed them with washing powder on 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Dried them at the highest temperature the tumble dryer will go.
Yeah.
Then I washed them plain water with no soap. Then put them in the tumble dryer. Hang on now. And dried them again. Put them in a black bag.